Welcome to A Cult of Baddies and Books. I'm Romaine.
I'm Kira.
And today we are reading The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is the first book of the Folk of the Air series. You can currently get this book paperback for $7.99, or you can get it on Kindle for $3.49. This is the no spoilers edition. If you have read the book and you want to hear the spoilers edition, please check out our next video. Kira, what do you give this book?
Ooh, in the spirit of giving things half a point, 3.5.
I went half of the half a point.
Oh, 3.25.
No, I went 3.75.
Okay, no, I'm with you. It's better than the first Throne of Glass, 100%.
Yeah, I give it 3.75.
Yeah, I'm with you.
For a few reasons. The main reason is because I find this book to be quite different.
Yeah.
In the sense that the main character's a bit unusual.
And her name is Jude.
Yeah.
Like, you just like,
and
yeah,
like,
I get what you're
her
saying.
motives are quite unusual. Mm-hmm. It's not the same kind of book that we read. It's not that same kind of textbook. Main character is the best of the best, wants to achieve X thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a book of struggle, let's be real. And kind of relatable in some ways.
Yeah, she's flawed. I love that in a main character. I love that in any character. Like,
and it's the first kind of book that I've read where this is kind of a pro and a con, but it's like, it's almost depressing.
Yeah.
And that's like a pro because it's such a different way of reading, but it's also a bit of a con because it could do with a little bit of comedic relief.
Yeah. And yeah, it does get stressed. There was some points in this book I was pressed.
Yes.
I was like, wow, I'm upset for them.
Yes. It feels like a lot of she has a way of writing that like almost evokes dread.
Yes, like I was worried. I was like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
You feel stressed. I feel like I'm back in secondary school, stressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're in the characters.
Yeah.
You're feeling it.
And that's why I had to get that 3.75 because it's like, you know what? I'm engrossed.
I will say, yeah, no, I do agree with you. It's better, like when I'm trying to order it in my head of series of books, this is one of my favorite series.
It is. It's a well-written book. I mean, well-written for young adult.
Yeah.
Which I will get to in a bit. But it's a solid book.
Yeah. We should say the plot. Vivi, Taryn and Jude are sisters.
Yes. Taryn
and Jude are human sisters and they are taken to Fairy by Maddox.
Yes.
Yeah.
The opening of this book is wild.
Wild.
I mean, it's not a spoiler because it's not even chapter 1. This is literally the prologue of Taryn, Jude and Vivi all trying to enjoy, I think, dinner. And Maddox, who is Vivi's father, turns up and slaughters the mother and the father.
Yeah.
And takes them back to Fairy.
And they like cry the whole way.
Yeah. And that's just the opener. That's not even chapter 1 into the book. It really starts off like 100 miles an hour.
I would definitely say if you are looking for a book to read, this book is one that you cannot put down. No, you're definitely right. 3.75, maybe even a 4. Because you can't put this book down. Like once you start reading it,
you have to finish it.
I know that others in the series get better. So I'm like, if we give this a 4, where are we going?
Okay, so there's a few reasons why it's not a 4.
Okay. The young adult?
No.
Oh.
Yes and no.
Okay.
So the reason that it's not a 4, reason number 1, Jude does moan a little bit.
Oh my god, I wrote that down. Jude's inner monologue goes on a little bit.
But don't say on and on. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
She moans quite a bit.
Oh, man, about the same shit.
The same shit. All the time. It's like, come on, girl, have a new struggle.
Yeah. Like breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah. And I feel like the book is missing just something. And like I said, I think maybe part of that is maybe some comedy or a little moment of lightness. Yeah. There is something missing that doesn't make it like a 4 just yet.
I would also say, is this a romance book? Because I don't really think so.
I don't think this is a romance book, which is sort of what makes it slightly different to regular books. Because normally you read a book and within the first 3 chapters, possible love interest turns up.
Yes, but this one...
It's not like that. It's
Well,
definitely not like that.
There is a love interest that does turn up.
In a sense, but it's not in the traditional way.
I do agree.
It's not a traditional storytelling of young girl and love interest. It's very different.
I like how as well, can't trust anyone.
You cannot trust the soul.
Maybe that's what we needed. She needed a real friend.
Oh, she didn't have a friend at
but
all.
Maybe that would have been a nice moment. She needed like somebody who were like, oh yeah, that person rides for her. Like,
yeah.
She was an island.
She was alone. She was so alone. This is what I mean. It's like, this book hurts your soul.
Yeah.
But in a way that you have to keep reading.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep reading it. And so it is a really good book. As a whole, as a series, it's a 3-book series. All of them are out. As a whole series, I haven't read the 3rd book, but I know that this is going to sit high in my overall collection of books.
Okay, I can't remember the ending of the 3rd book, but the ending of the 1st and the 2nd book
Hurt your feelings.
Yeah, they got you in a chokehold.
Let's put it this way. I didn't read the 3rd book because the 2nd book made me have to put the whole series down and be like, nah.
I love a book like that.
It ended a reading binge for me. I said, nah. You're upsetting my whole day.
I like consequences.
Yes, I think that's a good way of putting it. This book is a lesson in consequences.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry, we kind of jumped to the cons, but the pros also continue that the character development is really, really good in this.
I love the twists and turns.
Yes, I like that we have a world which is interesting but not overcomplicated.
Yeah, I love the world building, the visuals and the images.
Brilliant.
Are really like it looks so pretty in my head, and I could actually read the map. I can never normally read the map, but I got the map.
Be to Holly Black, because so many times we be reading these types of books and key point, I can pronounce everyone's name. There is not a person I can't say in this book. I didn't have to Google anyone's name or how it was said. Everything is pronounceable. Everything is understandable. The map makes sense.
Yeah. There was no bloopity boop.
Yeah, no, there was no.
Half the time when me and Romain meet to do this podcast, we're both saying something different.
Oh yeah, before we even hit record, there's half an hour of just, how do you say this?
Yeah.
Because you can't. Everybody in this book, I can say their name and I don't even feel stressed.
Yeah.
And it's nice to actually be able to read a book and not have to stop to hit Google.
I do agree. It's a fast-paced book. I didn't get bored once.
No.
Even rereading it, I didn't get bored.
You know, speaking on this on review, I'm beginning to think, is it really a 4?
I think... Oh, I'm loath to give a young adult book a 4.
I know, that's honestly, that is what's stopping me, the idea of giving a young adult book 4. But...
And I think the next one is better. So are we going to start going to 4 points? 4 point something?
It might be, because honestly, in all fairness, this book has so many elements that you have to praise. There is violence in this book, but violence that is appropriate. Mm-hmm. Even though I hate the fact that they're immature, at the same time, it is appropriate to their age.
Yeah, it makes sense with like the whole setup of the world and the creatures.
Yes. Yeah. Their abilities, what they do, the actions they take are all appropriate to the age range. So even though they are young, it's appropriate. There are so many good things about this book.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's give it a 4.
I think we should. You know what? It's a solid book. I would recommend it to everyone.
That's true. And I would read it again.
Oh.
I've already read it again, but I would actually read it again.
Yes.
You know, like it's not one of those, you know, sometimes you read a book and you're like, that's done.
Yeah. That's it. Series done. Goodbye.
Yeah, like...
I look forward to when I forget this story so I can read it again.
That's what happened this time with me. I only remembered a little bit and then I was like, oh my God, I was in the book again.
Yeah, you get engrossed again. It's a 4.
Yeah, 4
It's a 4. But to be fair, I don't think a young adult book is ever going to be a 5.
I'm with Romain on that.
Like, so that's a little bit of our bias showing.
Yeah.
If you love young adult and you love a more PG book, then maybe this would be closer to a 4.5 for you.
I'm trying to think of what I would give a 5. And the only things I think come close to me are the Mercy Thompson books and the Kate Daniels books.
Is that nostalgia speaking though?
No, I do read them again a lot.
Fair enough.
And the other one I love is definitely not a 5, but I just love it. So I'm not gonna say.
Fair enough.
But okay.
Okay, fair enough. So I think we've agreed it's a 4.
4.
Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. This has been the spoiler-free edition of The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. If you have read the book and you want to hear all the spoilers and what we think about the plot, then please check out our next video, which will be coming soon. This has been A Cult of Baddies and Books. I'm Romaine.
I'm Kira.
If you can, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps us out. And we will catch you on the next one.